back, y'all. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing for weekly automotive mechanical content for the average shade tree mechanic. Check this out. I've had this for actually a few weeks. Anyways, I have a OEM. This is the heater cord. I'll go ahead and post a link in the description below. I believe it said it was for 13 to 15 year models, although it's the same 6.7, so they'll work. Alright, and then I've seen this being used also on other trucks. I'm going to go ahead and install this once I'm done with the block heater cord install. Alright, so the reason why I got a block heater cord, I didn't receive it from factory. I believe it is the cold weather package. It's like an additional 90 bucks. I bought the cord, I want to say for 40 bucks, and the additional AC port plug for, what is it, like maybe 12, 16 bucks. All right, and so the reason why I bought the block heater cord was to pretty much protect and just make it a little easier for cold starts. I know it doesn't get as cold. Say if I was in the New England states or up north where they get snow for a long time, they have like one season a year, and that's winter, you know. So here in North Carolina, we've had already a couple 35, low 30 degree mornings, and what I'm trying to do is just help ease the cold starts for my truck. All right, so I'll probably plug it in if it's going below 30 or 20 degrees. I haven't figured it out yet. It's my first year here, so I'll figure it out. Although I will be plugging it in if I anticipate that it is going to be cold, so that the truck doesn't start as angry as it does, say if it's like 30, 20 degrees outside. All right, and if you haven't noticed that, it does take at least 8 seconds with my remote start to start up in 35 degree temperature. So it'll probably take a little longer, or will be around that range for the truck to start with remote start if it is that cold in the morning. All right, y'all, so before getting into the job, you want to make sure it's cool. All right, so what I'm going to end up doing is taking off the box, the air intake box. I'm going to take off this hose, and I should have some clearance to get down there. It will be tight, although I'll go ahead and show you once the engine is cool and I have both of those parts removed. All right, y'all, so this is where I'm at. Just go ahead and remove the 3 screws for the top of the air box. Disconnect 2 connectors, leave them on. They're strapped right there off to the side of the air box. Twist that around, let that rest up here somewhere. So go ahead and loosen this screw right there so that the air box can twist around. You're gonna have to, it's way down there, but the clamp for the air hose into the turbo, you're gonna have to loosen up. All right, and then there's a hose right there that you're also going to have to loosen up a clamp. All right, and if you can see, it is right here on where my finger's at. Loosen that up, pull it down with some needle nose, and I'll be able to take out this hose. Now this method is to go on top, is to attack this from the top of the engine. If I was doing this at the time I was doing my engine oil change, then it probably would have been a whole lot easier. Alright, y'all, so this is what I had to do. Just go ahead and take out this piece off of the main intake hose. Now the hose is over here. This is how it'll be placed in the engine bay. This side is where the turbo is mounted. So I'm trying to look inside. There's no, looks clean, looks very good. All right. One note that I wanted to mention is that this hose, the clamp that I was trying to take off, tell you to take off, there's a piece of rubber right here, and I've never seen a clamp that needed an extra piece in order to make sure that it's clamped down properly. Anyways, just a side note. All right, y'all, I'm getting in there, getting a little dirty. It's what I like. Anyways, you're gonna have to forgive me because there's gonna be a lot of camera sway moving in order to make sure that y'all have enough light to see what I'm doing, and the angles are just gonna be weird, so you're just gonna have to forgive me about that. All right, turbo's right here. It looks very clean. Let's go ahead and inspect it, admire it. All right, so this is what we're looking for. I'll quit bullshitting. So as you can see, here's your oil filter. Here is what we're looking for. There's a small black rubber cover. Here it is, and I literally just popped it out. All right, in between those 2 metal hoses is the port where you are supposed to install the block heater cord. So let me go ahead and get in here and hopefully get you a better view of what I'm looking at. All right, y'all, so hopefully you can see this. I can actually look at it very well from here, and this is what we need. There's going to be a black little cover on it. Alright, so this is what you're going to see. Black piece, here it is. Take that off. Alright, there is where the block heater cord is connected to. Alright, and we're just going to reroute it, push it behind the oil filter. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then show you where to route the block heater cord. Alright, y'all, so here's the block heater cord. This is what's actually going to be screwed in to that port that I was talking to you about, beside the oil filter. The reason why I went OEM block heater core is because it comes with all these nice attachments and plugins. Alright, so I like the clean look. I'm no big spender, but I will pay a few extra dollars to get quality made product, something I can depend on. Obviously, you know, Murphy's Law, but anyways, it's just a cleaner look. Alright, so let's go ahead and plug this in. There's going to be 2 holes. I'm going to check it out, make sure that it goes in properly, and then go ahead right behind it and screw it in properly, and reroute this behind the oil filter. So I went ahead and connected it, as you can see here. Alright, so this cord is going to go straight down. Okay, well, let me take you under the truck. Just go ahead and push it down as much as you can. Alright, it's pretty difficult doing this with one hand and then videotaping. Here's the wire. Let me go ahead and put the light down real quick. Alright, here's the wire. What you're going to do, just go ahead and pull down this wire, because what it has to go on is right there in the frame. There's some holes right here off the frame that you're going to go ahead and plug in those rubber plugs into. Goes all the way across. Alright, now where it needs to go, and this is if you want to run the OEM, just because there's plugs in. Alright, so I routed through there. Now there's a spot that goes in through there. Very difficult to explain anyways. The cord goes through there. I reach through this location right here. Alright, and here's the cord. Alright, there's one clip, and I already plugged it into the one hole. It's right there. The second part of this installation here is the AC port plug. Alright, so instructions is drill 2-inch hole, insert AC port plug, and secure with 3 screws, plug in. Alright, so here's my blocker heater cord coming out of here. Alright, so what I wanted to show y'all is pretty much the width of the circle. Alright, so it tells you to drill a 2-inch hole. It's really 1 7/8. Alright, so you need at least a 1 7/8 hole, and it'll probably fit snug. What I'm going to be using is one of these. Alright, so essentially it gives it a pilot hole, and then this does all the work. And this is 2 inches, so I already had this tool. Pretty cool. Alright, and then it is secured by 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Now it comes with 3 bolts, and I had a drill set. And I was actually looking at the sizes, and I think I'm going to use the 5/16 drill bit in order to give it a pilot hole before I use my screwdriver in order to secure these 3 bolts. Alright, and essentially just pick a spot along here. I'll go ahead and zoom in with the camera. I think what I'm going to do is pretty much put it off to the left side of this small pocket. Alright, and then from there I'll go ahead and reroute it. Me being OCD when it comes to my truck, just want to make sure that this AC port fits flat on the surface. As you can see there, I just had to shave a little bit up top, and that's about it. Circle came out good. It's flush, so I'm going to go ahead, put this on. Use the 5/64 drill bit. Drill three holes for the bolts, and go ahead and secure those bolts on here, and that is about it, and that's done. I went ahead and rerouted this wire up through. Just goes off to the side, and it meets the connector right here. As you can see, it's already connected. So yeah, almost done. Here's the final product. Everything looks nice and clean, blended in with the plastic. There it is right there, ready for plug-in whenever I want to. Super stoked of the job. Very simple process. Takes a little bit of time, but if you have time, it's one of those projects where it's not too difficult, that you're just enjoying the entire process. This is definitely something I recommend, especially if you live in the cold climates. I mean, I'm from Texas. Sometimes we saw some cold, and when I say cold, it's 20 degrees, within the 20s, sometimes in the single digits on odd occasions, and this is where it comes into play. All right, so you don't have to live up there in the north or in the New England states where they see snow 3/4 of the year. I'm being sarcastic, but these things will come in handy and just help your truck start up a little happier than usual if it's in the cold. All right, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and reinstall everything. Probably took me about an hour, taking my time with filming. Filming takes a lot of time if y'all don't know. I hope I helped you out. This is probably the easiest way you can do it from going up top, due to the fact that oil filter gets in the way if you're trying to do it from the bottom. Honestly, it'll be fairly difficult to get it from the bottom because trying to reach your hand, especially with that hose, probably a no-go. So this is probably the only way you can do it if you don't do it at the time that you're giving it an oil change. All right, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Comments, let me know below. Again, if you're not a subscriber to my page, please consider subscribing. Until next time, ciao.